children. How are you all? Yes, I hope you are all doing great. Okay, now, do you all remember what we saw in the last class? Yes, very good. We saw a poem, right? And what is the name of the poem? Yes, that's right. A spring morning. Very good. And who is the poet? Yes, William Wordsworth. Very good, children. So we saw a poem called A Spring Morning, and which is written by William Wordsworth. Very good. So shall we recall what we saw in the first stanza? Before going into that, do you all remember about the seasons we saw? Yes. How many seasons? That's right. 5 seasons. That's very good. Winter, spring, monsoon, summer, and autumn. Very good. Okay, children, what we saw in the last stanza, do you all remember? Yes, very good. So, in the previous night, it was raining a lot and the wind was roaring so louder and it was roaring, right? What do you mean by roaring? Loud noise. So, the wind was roaring harder every minute and the night was, it was raining cats and dogs, right? It was raining very heavily and it was like a flood, right? Yes. And after the next morning, what happened? So from the next morning only the poem starts, right? So it's a spring morning, right? So the next morning, what happens? It is all so calm. The sun rises very calmly and it is so bright, right? And what happens when sun comes out? The birds all come out and they start singing, right? So that's what happening after the sun rising brightly, the birds are coming out and they are chirping and means they are singing. So what are the 3 birds we saw in the last class? Yes, very good. We saw birds Stockdove, jay and magpie. Very good. So we saw in the first stanza about all 3 birds, right? So the Stockdove is brooding. What do you mean by brooding? Which means worry about something a lot, right? So the Stockdove was brooding from one side and on the other side, jay was giving answer to magpie. So all these birds are having a conversation and from the distant woods. What do you mean by woods? Trees and all. So from the distant woods they were having conversation, right? So till then we stopped, right? So today we are going to see the next stanza. Okay. Before the explanation, I shall read it first. Listen carefully, okay? All the things that love the sun are out of doors. The sky rejoices in the morning's bird. The grass is bright with raindrops on the moors. The hare is running races in her mud, and with her feet she from the plashy earth raises a mist that glittering in the sun, runs with her all the way wherever she doth run. Okay, children, listen, I shall read it again. All things that love the sun are out of doors. The sky rejoices in the morning's bird. The grass is bright with raindrops on the moors. The hare is running races in her mud, and with her feet she from the plashy earth raises a mist that glittering in the sun, runs with her all the way wherever she doth run. Okay, children, before entering into the stanza, we should read the hard words, okay? So here we have got some synonyms we shall see. The first word, moon. What do you mean by moon? Moon is a grassland. The second word, mirth, which means happy laughter, full of joy. Okay? The third word, mist, small drops of water in the air. What do you mean by mist? Small drops of water in the air. Okay. Moon, grassland, mirth, happy laughter, mist, small drops of water in the air. See the spelling of moon, M-O-O-R, moon. Mirth, M-I-R-T-H, mirth. Mist, M-I-S-T, mist. Very good, children. We shall see the stanza now, okay? All that love the sun are out of doors. The sky rejoices in the morning's birth. So far we have seen that the sun has come out and the birds are all singing very happily. So what the next stanza says, all things that love the sun are out of doors. So after the sun has come, what happens? All the things means here they depict animals, birds, all those which love sun, they have all come out of the doors. So the birds have all come out, right? So that is what he is saying here. The animals and birds who all love the sun, they have come out of the doors. The sky rejoices in the morning's birth. Here, what do you mean by rejoices? Happy. Okay. So what happened? The sky is so happy in the morning. And what do you mean by morning's birth? It's the beginning of the day. So the sky is so happy to begin the day. And next, the grass is bright with raindrops on the moors. So, do you all remember that the last night it rained heavily, right? So the next morning, have you ever observed near your house what happens when it rains in the night and what happens during the next day in the early morning? You can see rain drops on the grasses, on the plants and all, right? So that's how it's happening here. The grass is bright with raindrops on the moor. So the grass is so bright as it has the raindrops on its leaves. The hare is running races in her mud. So what happens here? The hare. What do you mean by hare? Hare is like a rabbit. Okay, it has long ears, and if you see the characteristics of her hare, it runs very fast. So the hare is running races in her mud. This hare here, is so happy because it has seen the sun, right? The sun has risen, so it is so happy, has come out, and it is running so happily. So the hare is running races in her mud. And with her feet, she from the plashy earth rises a mist that glittering in the sun. What happens? The hare is running, right? So when she runs, the earth is full of water and it is muddy, right? So when the hare runs, so when it takes steps with his feet, so it raises mist from the earth as it is wet on the ground. When it runs, it raises mist. What do you mean by mist? Small drop of water. So when it walks or runs, it makes mist, okay? Runs with her all the way, wherever she doth run. So here, when the hare runs, it raises mist. So that mist is running with that hare all the way, wherever she ran. Okay, that's what this stanza is saying. We shall see it again, okay? All things that love the sun are out of doors. The sky rejoices in the morning's birth. The grass is bright with raindrops on the moors. The hare is running races in her mud. And with her feet, she from the plashy earth raises a mist that glittering in the sun. Runs with her all the way wherever she doth run. Okay children, I shall explain you again. When sun rises, all the things that love sun, like animals, birds, they have all come out. And the sky is so happy as it's going to begin the new day. And what happens? The grass is bright with raindrops. So what is happening? The grass is so bright with the raindrops. The last night it was raining, right? So in the morning the grass is all having the raindrops, right? So you can see it here. So you can see the water droplets on these leaves, right? So this is how it goes. And next what happens? The hare is running races in her mud. So here, this is a hare, right? So what happening? This hare is so happy and it is running races, right? So how does the hare goes? It just goes like this, no? So next you can see and with her feet, she from the plashy earth raises mist that glitter in the sun. Okay, so when she runs fast, no, so I have told you that the earth is full of mud and soggy because the last day it was raining, right? So it is all water. So when it takes a step, no, from the feet it can raise mist, right? So when you walk on the muddy land, no, you can see the small drops of water coming up, right? So when it is doing, running like that, it is rising the mist from the earth, and that mist that is describing that it is glittering in the sun. As you all know that sun has come, right? So that mist, you could see that it is glittering in the sun. Okay, and runs with her all the way wherever she doth run. And here they have said that mist, what we have seen, the small drops of water, it is running with the hair wherever she runs. Because wherever she runs, it creates a new mist, right? So they are saying like that, wherever the hair goes, this mist, it is also going with her. Okay? Okay children, we shall see the rhyming words. And before going to the rhyming words, do you all know what is meant by rhyming words? Okay, I'll tell you. The words which are ending with the same sound is said to be rhyming words. Okay. So we shall see the rhyming words which happen to take place in the stanza. Okay. The first word we have doors and moors. Are you able to see? What is this? Moors. M-O-O-R-S. Moors. And here we have got doors. D-O-O-R-S. Doors. So here moors and doors. Okay. The next word mud and bird. Mud, M-I-R-T-H. Mud. And here you have got bird. B-I-R-D-H. Bird. So here mud and bird. Very good. And the next word we have got run and sun. Run, R-U-N, run, and sun, S-U-N, sun. Here, run and sun. Very good children. Okay children, you can see in our stanza here, doors, moors. Okay, and the next word, bird, mud, and earth. All these three words have the same sound at the end. Okay. Last word sun and run. So what are the rhyming words in the stanza? Doors, moors, bird, mud, earth, and sun and run. Okay, very good. So I hope you have all understood the poem. So we shall summarize the whole poem now. Okay. So this poem, A Spring Morning, is written by William Wordsworth. Who is William Wordsworth? He is a nature poet, right? So he loves nature, he describes nature very well, right? So before going to the stanza, what we saw? We saw the different seasons, right? We saw about summer, winter, spring, autumn, and monsoon, right? So we have seen all these different seasons. And do you remember about the winter season? How do you feel during the winter season? We feel so cold, right? And if you take summer, it is so hot, we sweat a lot, right? And usually people don't like summer season, right? And if you take monsoon, it rains a lot, right? We experience a lot of rainfall during monsoon, right? And next, autumn. Do you all remember the autumn season? We enacted, right? What do the trees do? They shed leaves, right? Yes, very good. And during the spring season, which is so favorite for all, right? So what happens during the spring season? Flowers bloom and it's a new bird, right? You could see all these little flowers blooming here and there, and it is so happy and it's a pleasure for our eyes to watch the spring season, right? So these are all the seasons we have seen. So what is a season? Changing weather condition is said to be a season, right? Okay, so we now see the poem, okay? So what's happening from the beginning? The previous night it was raining a lot. The wind was roaring, right? So it was blowing very harder every minute. and it was a heavy rainfall and which happened to make a flood. So the next morning, it is just opposite, the sun is rising and it is so calm and bright. You can see the differences, right? The previous night it was raining a lot. I think birds, animals, they would have felt it difficult, right? But the next morning, the sun has come and it is so calm and bright. There is no noise. It is so pleasant. And after that, what happens? As the sun has come, right, so the birds and animals are coming out. So we have seen the three birds, right, Stockdove, jay and magpie, right. So all these birds are happily singing. They are having conversation. Do you remember the sounds we made? Cuckoo. Yes, that's right. Very good. So all these birds are talking with each other from the distant woods. Distant woods mean far away. Like from one tree to other tree, they are having conversation, right? Yes, very good. And after that, what happens? From today's class, you have learned, the next stanza. Here you could see, there is always a cloud, the sun are out of doors. So, I told you that the sun has come out. So, all the creatures, if you can see, birds, animals and other creatures, all the creatures which love sun are out of doors. They have come out of their home and they are happily roaming around. And the sky rejoices in the morning's bird. The sky is so happy and it is so happy to begin the morning. Which means morning bird means beginning of a day. So the sky is so happy and bright. Next, the grass is bright with the raindrops on the moors. Moors means grassland, right? So as it rained in the previous day, the next morning you could see the little raindrops on the grass which is on a moor, which means grassland. So then we saw about that hare, right? Which is like a rabbit, and it is running happily with mud. It is so happy as it has seen the sun and it is running very fast. And I told you that the previous night it rained, so the earth is muddy. Okay, so when the hare jumps or runs fast, it raises a mist. Mist means a small drops of water. So as it runs fast, it is raising mist. Okay, and that mist they have compared. That mist, they have told that it is glittering in the sun. Okay, as the sun has come, when the hare runs, it makes a mist, and that mist, it is glittering in the sun, and that mist is running with the hare wherever she runs. Very good, children. So this is the summary of the poem. I shall recite the poem again. Listen carefully. Okay, children, we shall recite the poem now. All things that love the sun are out of doors. The sky rejoices in the morning's bird. The grass is bright with raindrops on the moors. The hare is running races in her mud. And with her feet, she from the plashy earth raises a mist that glitters in the sun, runs with her all the way wherever she doth run. Okay, once again. All things that love the sun are out of doors. The sky rejoices in the morning's bird. The grass is bright with raindrops on the moors. The hare is running races in her mud. And with her feet, she from the plashy earth raises a mist that, glittering in the sun, runs with her all the way wherever she doth run. Okay, children, shall we see the hard words once again? Here we have got moor, which means a grassland, mud, happy laughter, mist, small drops of water in the air. Okay, children, I hope you all understood the poem. Okay, children, see the assignment here. Write the questions and answers in your classwork notebook. So the question and answer will be sent in PDF. So you have to write it in your classwork notebook and send it. Okay. And next you have got an activity. Draw the season of spring and send the picture. So you know how a spring season looks like, right? So you have to imagine how a spring season looks like and you have to draw the picture and send it to me through WhatsApp. Okay children, hope you have enjoyed the poem today, and in the next class we shall start a new lesson. Okay, thank you.